Okay, so what we're going to take a look at today is working with HTML. And in these videos, I'll continue to go over some of these different commands of HTML. So what we want to do right now is really just get ourselves started and start to familiarize ourselves with how we can write code in HTML, XHTML, and how that's going to look in Dreamweaver. Now, Dreamweaver is a WYSIWYG program, so it makes this task easy for us. So let's begin. We're going to begin with some of the most commonly used HTML codes, and I'm going to show you how to access them in Dreamweaver. But then also we'll look at places we can go in Dreamweaver to learn the code. So let's begin. We begin with the properties panel. And on our properties panel, we can see that we can either be in HTML or in CSS. Now, whenever we can write something in in CSS, that's really where we want to do it. That really is best practice. CSS, the cascading style sheets, make it all much easier. Now with CSS, we can change, we'll have one form where we can change all of the different attributes of our website. And if that doesn't make sense to you, keep watching these videos. When I get into CSS, it will. I'm going to go to split view so I can see my code right next to my page. Now, I'm going to name this page of my website HTML. Okay, and in this page, I'm just going to really experiment with HTML. I see my title up here, HTML, and all that I'm going to see on this page will be in the body. Let's begin with headings. I am in HTML. I can click here. Now, some of the most common things, and as we design our websites, we can say that working with headings is a good idea. Now, why is this so? The reason is people who are visually impaired, if they have a screen reader, the headings will be what that screen reader will pull out. Now let's take a look. Let's take a look at what heading 2 looks like. Oops, heading 2. I'm going to click right here, and we have heading 2. So we can see that the size has changed, okay, and there we have it. Now I'm going to go to heading 3. Now I can see that I hit return. My cursor was over in the design view, and as I look over at my code, as soon as I hit return, I automatically get the P tags, which is the paragraph tags. And we're going to look at the paragraph tag in 1 minute. But I want this to be heading 3. So I see my code has changed to heading 3, and here I'm going to write heading 3. Okay, great. Now, what happens here, as we can see as we go through our headings, is the size gets smaller. The size gets smaller, and also there's a space between these different letters. All right, let's return, and now let's just do heading 4. Heading 4. Oops, I want to make sure that I'm right over here. Okay, and there we can see it. Okay. All right, now let's take a look. Let's say that I wanted to center this heading. Now, we could do this one of two ways. We could do it through HTML, and there are the tags for it. Now, whenever we want to look, we can always come to insert. You can learn the HTML on your own, which is a great idea. But if you ever don't know what the codes are, you can come into right here. You can come to insert tag, and here you're going to find you have all of your HTML tags. Let's take a look at HTML for 1 minute. Again, everything we see on the web, there's code underlying it. So we can see as we look at this that this is our opening tag, heading 1, our closing tag, heading 1. Our closing tag begins with the less than symbol, a backslash, and then a greater than symbol. And that's really how it works. Okay, pretty much most of HTML will have an opening tag and a closing tag. Now there are some cases where there will just be one tag. All right, so let's try this and let's take a look. We could center this through HTML, and we also could center it through CSS. And I would recommend CSS. But if we come to formatting and layout, and we could actually come in here, center right here. And what's great is you can click this little tag info, And you can see here is all the info. And it's telling us the center element was introduced, blah, 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 blah. And I think that as we go on down here, we can see all of this information that is important stuff. So let's actually insert this. Let's say, we want to insert this tag right here. Okay. And then we're going to hit close. Okay. And we'll have to hit refresh, and there we have it. It's centered. Now, what we have here, though, and what we want to note is we have a HTML tag within a tag. So there's heading 4. We see heading 4 is open. We see heading 4 is closed. We can see the center tag. We see our type, and there we have this. Now we can write this right here. We can say that we have, and I'm going to actually come over here and do it right over here. I'm going to put heading 4 centered. Okay, and it's fine. These are on different lines. The computer will be able to read it without a problem. Okay, all right, let's come after this, and let's just take a look at our paragraph tag. All right, so, and I think you could figure this out, right? I just showed you centered, but you could look and find other things, right align, and they're all going to be inside of those tags. All right, let's hit refresh. Okay, and we're good. All right, so here we have our paragraph tag, and let's actually put in some type in here. Now, I'm within the tag. I could type this over here. This is an example of a paragraph tag. Now, I'll hit refresh. When I hit refresh, I'll see this over here. Now, why do I want to show you a paragraph tag? Well, a paragraph tag will automatically always have a space around it. Okay, so see what happened here as I come in, I can say this is another example of a paragraph tag. All right, now the reason why I'm going to put this here is I have 2 of these paragraphs next to one another. And you can see that when you put text in a paragraph tag, that what will happen is it will just, when you hit the return, automatically you get a paragraph tag when you hit return, but there will be a space above and below this paragraph tag. Now, what if I didn't want to have a space below this paragraph tag? Okay, maybe I want to hit return, but I don't want to have a space. Well, we can use a break, the break tag. And let's take a look. Let's go back up to insert. Let's come to tag, and let's go to the break tag. Okay, the B is for bold. Now you're going to find that there's actually several ways, and this is the BR is the break tag. There's actually several ways to get a bolded font. B is one, and the tag EM is another one. So I'm going to insert this tag. I'm going to say OK. Okay, and I can see that I have inserted it. All right, now let's see what happens, because when I start to type, I can put, let's come over here. I can type it, I'm going to type it right into the code. So I can put, I just inserted a break tag. Let's refresh it and see where it goes. I want to show you where this goes. Okay, see how now this goes right below this? Now I do not have any white space below. Okay, now let's say that I wanted to take H. I wanted to start right here and I wanted to put this on another line. Watch what happens. If I hit return, I automatically have that paragraph tag. I don't want that. So if I want this to go onto another line, what I have to do is I have to insert a break tag. So I come to insert, tag, and I must have had that already open. Insert tag, here it is. And I just want to insert my break. I click this guy, the BR tag. Let's see, where are you? And I would just recommend that you just really start to get familiar with these guys. And this one's not giving me him. Let me close this and try again. If all else fails, close. Oopsie, and I hit the wrong thing. If all else fails, close and try again. Okay, we want the we want this, we want formatting and layout, we want break. Okay, and I have it there, and we're going to insert it, and we're going to say, okay, that's what we want. I'm going to close this, and now I have this right here. When I refresh, voila, it goes to a new line. Okay, so let's take a look at some more tags. Automatically when I hit return, I get a paragraph tag. All right, the next thing that we want to look at, I think you get the sense of what heading 6 would look like. We looked at centering. We looked at creating breaks. All right, let's take a look at ordered and unordered lists. Okay. All right, so if we wanted to do an ordered list, we could click and we see automatically this is an unordered list. Okay. And we can see that each one of these is within the list tag. Now, again, when you come into the insert tags, you can read about what these tags mean. The definitions are all there. They're within Dreamweaver, okay? But you can also go and read what these tags mean on the web. There's a lot of information out there, especially through the W3C, okay? You can get a lot of information on what all of these tags mean. Okay, so I can start with apples, pears, B-A-N-A-N-A-S, bananas. Okay, there is my list. Okay, now I'm going to come out of here, and you could move around a couple different ways. I'm going to insert, refresh. I'm out of that tag. And now I'm going to do it one more time, just for the heck of it. I'm going to insert one more unordered list. And you can see I'm typing it over there, apples, oops. And sometimes that's what's going to happen when you're over here. I'm going to come over here. Apples, pears, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. All right, let's actually change what we have here. And I don't even need to highlight it. If I wanted to say, you know what, I'm not really interested in using, this. I want a square instead of a disk. The closed hole is referred to as a disk. How could I do that? Well, I could come up to the opening tag, the unordered list. Okay, and this is what I would do. I would hit a space. Okay, and you can see actually I'm starting to get, sometimes when you go into the code, it's going to start giving these things, and I'm going to write in type. Oops. I didn't spell it correctly. Type equals, oops, equals. And again, if you don't write it 100% correctly, it doesn't work. Okay, and I'm going to say I want to change it. Let's change it to a circle. Double click. There it is. Refresh. Voila. Okay, and you can see we have some other options too. All right, let's try yet another one. And this time, let's do a ordered list. We can come right here. We see we have the ordered list. Okay, so our ordered list is going to have to do with numbers. Upsie. I'm going to write this right in here. Apples, pears, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Okay, same thing. Let's look at how we could change this. We could change it from numbers. We could change it to Roman numerals. We could change it a lot of different ways. So how would we do that? Well, what we would do is we would come back up here to ordered list, space, type, equals, quotation marks, and now I can see some of these different things. If I hit refresh, voila, I've changed it to A, B, and C. Okay, so this is just some info, and again, you can access all of this information is accessible directly in when we go through this command, insert tag. It's all accessible right there.